know who your partner is. It's on that sheet from last week. However, if your partner is not here, so in that case, Bernice and Serenity, your partners are not here. So you two for week 1 of doing this, you guys are going to work together. Everybody else's partner is here. So first thing I want you to do is determine who in your partnership is going to grab the supplies. And the supplies are over here on the phlebotomy station. You need alcohol, gauze, bandages, a lancet for each of you, and one of these black kits. So, determine who's going to get that.
You are my partner. No, you're my, wait.
The diabetic glucose log. You guys are in a 3-pack.
Oh, no wonder we're all like, what? You're like, I have you.
Yep, so alcohol, gauze, bandages. You need a lancet for each of you. And then you need one of those black kits. And all partners will need gloves, so all partners grab gloves.
I'll come to you, girl. You just like stretch out for me?
Nope, just for this first week, just leave it as is. You're just going to do that one change this week. All right. And obviously, sit with your partner or partners. Now, we can't all sit at the same table. There are many tables, so you guys can spread out. Now, I don't currently want everybody to put all of their gloves on because we're going to need to have hands out to do this procedure. I'm just putting them on because I'm going to show you guys how to do quality control. So those of you that are in a 2-pack, one of each of you will do one of the controls. This 3-pack, you guys will have to split the work. So maybe one, yeah, you know how to do it. So that's fine. Just make sure you roll it back.
Let the noobs do it.
Yeah. So, I want to start with you guys doing quality controls first, and then we'll actually go into doing the procedure. So, you don't have to wear gloves to do the quality control. Yours are already on, so that also means that you're going to be the first MA. Okay? So, inside of your packet, your little black kit, yes ma'am. Okay. So I will. So what I'll do is Yep. So Taylor roll over and work with Tiffany for today, and then I'll kind of rotate the rest of it here in a minute. So I'm also recording for the other two that are not here, so I'll send you the recording later today.
Yeah, I got to call teams. I worked till midnight last night, so I didn't get a chance to call you.
Okay.
Because it just loads.
Okay.
And it never, just the black screen is just loaded.
Yeah, just make sure you call personal support.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope your baby feels better.
Can you pull the doorstep out for me?
Kids.
Okay. So
When you have kids, you know what that means.
Yes.
I have kids.
Same thing.
I have a kid too.
I have a grown kid and a baby kid. That's right.
Yeah, I have and I have a dog kid. So
I have a dog kid as well. I don't know who's worse in that 3-pack. I think the baby.
the dog
and
kid gets
They all
yelled
feed
at a
off
lot
each
more than
other.
the, and then the man child gets yelled at too.
My daughter has started. It's so black packet. You should have the monitor itself. You should have a thing of test strips, and you should have a box of controls. I want you all to check the expiration dates on the controls and the test strips. Make sure that they are not expired.
We're cutting it. Oh, wait, no, we're not. Yes, we are cutting it close. We got like a month.
June 22.
Yep.
June 222.
February 22nd.
Okay, so those of you that have ones that say like 222 of 23, as we get closer, you're going to check expiration dates every week, because I might end up grabbing different ones every time. But if you notice that yours is expired at any point in time, you're going to go to cabinet F and replace them. When you're done today with these, you're also going to put them back in cabinet F. Okay?
The whole kit goes in there?
Whole kit.
Okay.
Yep. And you'll see I have like 4 or 5 other ones that you're going to put in there. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is quality controls. So we want to make sure that our machine is working accurately before we do patient sampling. So inside of your little box, you should have 2 controls. One with a white cap, one with a blue cap. What do you think those represent? They are similar to blood, low and high. Which one is which? High is blue, low is white. How did you figure that out? Good. Okay. That seems like the logical answer, but I wanted to make sure that everyone knew how to check those things. So the follow-up question then is, what is a normal blood sugar value?
I just wrote that down.
Yeah, if you've got notes, look at them.
For women, I know it's like 12.
Oh, no,
Is it
that's the wrong one.
Is it 120?
120 is the top. Yep.
Sorry.
90.
So she gave me the dirtiest look.
She did. I saw it
She's
from
like,
behind.
I was gonna get that. I wrote that ish down.
Not
How
90,
dare
but
you?
I'm sorry, Bernice.
80 to 120 is the normal range. I'm really sorry. She started it.
I know. I keep my mouth shut. You were really excited.
80
about
to
that.
120.
I know. I just wrote that.
So when we do this and we do the low, we should see a number below 80. And when we do the high, we should see a number above 120. Okay? So you're going to first take out one of the test strips. And yes, and everybody except for Taylor, well, now you're not in a 3-pack, so, huh? I know. At some point, I will have to watch you do it to sign off on it, but, oh, all right then. So your pack is great, ready to go. Just kidding. You still have to test it. So in the test strip, you want to make sure that you can actually read the writing on the test strip. The flat edge is going to go into the machine, and it should turn your machine on. I know, super exciting stuff, right? We love it. Okay. Now, if you have done so,
Mine's not turning on.
bring it here. That's no bueno. Go to cabinet F and grab another one. I wonder if the batteries are dead on yours. And I will work with that guy later. So, yeah, if you want to just grab all that stuff and just place it on the desk. Yep. Okay, so we've got it turned on. It did, for everybody else, it did say blood glucose test. Please apply blood to the test strip. So now you're going to take one of your samples, I don't care which one. And when we do this, we're going to go right up here at the tip. That came out a lot faster than I was ready for. So right up here at the tip, we don't want to go on top of it. We want to go right up here at the tip, and it should suck it up. And if you do, it doesn't matter. If you did it right, you should hear it sing a little tune to you. All right. So which one did you do? And what did you get?
54.
Okay. What one did you do?
High.
And what did you get?
202.
So right at the edge, not on top of it. Okay. So change that. Yep.
Not enough sample.
So
I was afraid they were going to come pouring out.
I know.
I didn't use enough.
when you do it, Ashley, right up here
on
at the tip.
Okay,
Yep.
that's what you just said.
Yep. I'm sorry. You said you did the high, Tiffany, and what'd you get?
202.
202. Don't do your second one yet. Just give me a second. Okay, so you did high and you got 217. Okay, so if you did the high, do the low. If you did the low, do the high.
Blood glucose test. Please apply blood onto the test strip.
Should we write this down somewhere?
Nope.
Your blood glucose reading is 210 milligrams per deciliter.
All right, so Bernice, you did high. What did you get? 214. Taylor, what'd you get?
56.
Okay, and Brenda, you're on my last one here. Just waiting for the jingle. Here we go. $50. So my question to you guys is, are your machines ready to take patient samples?
Yes.
Yes, because they've all passed their quality controls. So now we're going to do patient sampling, okay? So when you do your patient sample, a couple of things. Which fingers are we using for glucometer testing? I love that you just leaned with it.
Your middle or your ring finger?
Middle and ring finger. Which hand is the better hand to do it on?
Non-dominant?
Yes, the non-dominant. I love that Taylor has a song that's happening back there that y'all can't hear, but I can read her lips, and I know what she's like doing a dance back there. Tiffany, this is the person you get to work with today. How excited are you? Be so glad.
I'm running out of night sleep, so it's even better today.
Same. So it'll be a good day. So first thing I want you guys to do when you're doing a capillary puncture is to clean the finger. If you remember when we first learned how to do these, it's one swipe. We are not doing that cinnamon roll motion. Just one swipe up the finger. And what part of the finger are we puncturing?
There's a spot name and we're not saying.
No, you're not. No, you guys are fine. Yeah, she looked dead at me and flipped me
I
off.
said, right here.
Yes.
I didn't realize I'm doing this.
So those outside fatty edges is kind of what I was getting at. And you want the lancet to go perpendicular or parallel to the whorls of your finger. Why perpendicular? Very good. You don't want it to just run down the finger. Yes, opposite of the whorls of the finger. You want it to kind of pull at the surface. What do you do with that first drop of blood?
Wipe it away.
Why? You don't want it. Okay. It's not an accurate reading. And why is it not an accurate reading? Yeah, so alcohol or tissue fluids could be in there and it can contaminate your sample. So go ahead, let's start this process. We are going to be doing the hematocrit testing. So it is a 2-part process, not a I'm passing out process. You're welcome. All right, so I'm going to adjust the camera. I, thankfully have never done that whilst being drawn.
Yeah, I had a whole situation with a patient who then passed out and then decided to go into a grand mal seizure.
Oh, Jesus, yeah.
PNB, and it was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing.
It was a whole thing.
Okay, so for this, you're going to obviously need your gauze, alcohol, lancets, bandage, that jazz. We are also going to have 2, sorry, I didn't say the bandage part. I saw like 9, the 2 of you like immediately got up. I'll get some more. I want to use just the, what?
But I don't want to move this ready to make sure
I know.
run into her.
You are also going to need 2 of these little capillary tubes per person. They are glass, so please be careful with them. Now, have you done these?
How's this little thing come out?
The paper,
Okay.
kind of just do a little turn. Turn and drop.
Then, what you do is you put the
Oh, I see
Yep.
that. I wondered about that.
That's not.
You give her the old little shake a shake.
Do that first so I don't break them.
Oh, well, that is fancy.
Did I just
Yeah, the ones that we had before did not have the hole on top.
It's pretty neat.
How
It
many
is.
did you say?
2 per person.
Gosh, I feel like I'm at Violet all over again.
Put this right back on top.
Nope, leave the paper off, and you can just put the lid back on. So then it actually just has that little hole on top, as Taylor just taught us, that you can pull it out like toothpicks. Okay. You're also going to need a clay stopper tray.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So this guy here is your clay stopper tray. I understand that like there are holes everywhere. When you go to use this, don't obviously put it in a hole. There's tons of clay. Go around it, find a clay spot. Okay. Yes, I said that out loud. I said that on purpose because I have watched students be like, "Well, you told me it's number 1," and they put it in the number 1 slot, not the clay. But then they'll put it in a hole, in an open hole, in the clay, and I'm like,
No.
listen, huh? Avoid all holes.
Perfect.
All right, Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm going to give each of you a set of numbers, and I'm doing that because of the fact it's going to relate to what the microhematocrit tube centrifuge looks like. So, Taylor, you're going to have numbers 1 and 13. Ashley, you're going to have 2 and 14. Serenity, you have 3 and 15. Bernice, you have 4 and 16. Brenda, you're going to have 6 and 18. And then Tiffany, you have 7 and 19. So 4 and 16. So you'll notice, obviously, the numbers right now go across from one another, but in the microhematocrit centrifuge, they also go across from one another, so it balances out our machine. We have to make sure we're balancing our machine, because if we don't, when we spin them, it's going to shatter them if the machine is not balanced, because it will get off kilter. You'll also hear when we put that in the centrifuge, it spins very fast. Okay, so if everything is not put into the right split, if everything is not put into the right place, it will again set the machine off. If we don't put the interlocking lid on, it will set everything off. So we want to make sure that we just follow those steps correctly. So what we're going to first do is just a capillary puncture. So you guys know how to do that, right? You want to make sure, if you look at your capillary tube, the end that has a red stripe. Sorry, trying to do this and watch what I'm doing. Red stripe is going to go away from the finger. You want to fill in the empty end. Empty end. I typically say you want to go about halfway in each tube. Okay? What? Did you just start singing?
She sure did.
So this side, right? Not this side.
I'm going to be 1,000% honest with you. I cannot see what you're holding.
No red.
No red. Got
Yeah.
red away.
No.
Red away,
Away.
clear to the skin. Yep. Same thing though as your last capillary puncture, you are going to wipe that first drop of blood away and collect the second big drop. Now, and subsequent drops. If you're starting to do this and you notice that the blood stops, that's why you have an additional lancet so you can poke again. What you want to make sure when you're doing this is that it's straight on at a 90-degree angle. Don't tilt backwards or tilt upwards. When you do that, air bubbles get in and that does change the sampling. So straight on, 90 degrees, okay? When you're done with it, what you want to do is, this is how I do it. Now, everyone does it a little bit differently, but I plug my finger over the end that has the red cap. I go into my clay and then give it a little kind of twist, because what you should happen, because as soon as I did that, it didn't work, is you should get a little teeny tiny clay stopper. Teeny tiny clay stopper. The reason I put my finger over the edge is so nothing falls out. Not that it will, but in my brain, that makes the most sense. Both ends are open, yes. Yeah. So the other thing that I always encourage students and remind them is you don't have to She-Hulk this, right? We don't have to like, gently in, gentle twist. These are very thin. They break very easily, okay? And I always know when somebody breaks it because they put it in and then I hear the little like, ting, and somebody goes, and they just like panic stand there. Right? So now, I always, if I'm, obviously I have to do 2 of them, I do that clay stopper and I leave it sitting in the clay. As long as that clay stopper is in, it's not going to go anywhere. And then I start my second one. And then I can put my second one into the clay and make their little stoppers. Then once they have 2 clay stoppers, then I know I can just sort of set them down and nothing is going to happen to them. Okay? They are a little difficult to pick up off of the table, so the most advice I can give is to set them on top of that clay tray so you can pick them up easily. Make sense?
You stopper the red end.
You can, you shouldn't. You do both, don't you?
Well, they had us stopping the red end.
It's gonna be a hard pass for me. Okay. No red ends. Don't touch them. Don't look at them. They don't exist to you currently.
Don't listen to me.
Just cover them. The only time you are going to cover them is when you're actually going to put that in the clay. So clear end is going to go in the clay as well. Okay? All right, and then once everybody's got theirs collected, we'll go to part 2 of this. Now we have to do part 2. I guess technically this is a 3-part project. So part 2, you have to come load your centrifuge. You will notice on the centrifuge that there are numbers. You want to load into your number or numbers that I gave you. And you want the clay stopper to be out towards your body. Red side in the middle, clay to the outside. And load it up.
Do I load mine up or?
No, we'll just do Tiffany's.
Okay.
Tiffany's too.
You can do yours. And then mine. Clay stopper too.
What? Yeah. Nope. Put them in your correct number. Oh, sorry. You guys have.
Yeah, we were just staggering them because
Figured out that you
Yep,
guys.
we
You
were.
guys are the team that got both of yours from both parties.
Both parties.
Yes. Oh, just leave it back here. Okay, so if you notice, your machine right now is balanced, right? They're all across from one another.
My bad.
It's okay. I'm not watching the recording. Somebody else is.
Do I just throw mine away then?
Yes. Put it in the sharps container, please.
That's what I figured.
16.
Oh, okay.
I just move them out. We're gonna talk about it.
It's just crazy it spins that fast in those little fragile pieces of glass.
So should we put our shoes that we did use back in here?
Correct. Yep. If you didn't use them, put those tubes back in. If you use them, but we're not putting them into the machine, put them into the sharps container for me. Okay. So if you notice, our machine is completely balanced. So we've got cross here, 2, and 1. So our machine is completely balanced, even though they aren't all consecutively in a row. They are all balanced. So now what we're going to do, this guy has to go on first. This is sort of a locking lid. And what it does is it just applies pressure to hold all those little guys down so they don't go flying around inside. So we, right on top, screw that all the way down. Oh no. Sleeve got stuck. It's all the way down. Now we're going to close it and lock it. And we're going to start it. Y'all ready for the... Yep. Yeah. So, like I told you, it goes really, really fast. And you heard it like take off right away. Okay? So I'm only going to run it for a minute, and then we'll pull them out and look at them. What's going to happen is it's going to separate your half red blood cells the amount of packed red blood cells or the packed blood volume. So what are we writing our results in? What do we write our results as? Say again? A percentage. Now, we did 2 of these. Are we writing the percentages for both? No. What do we do? I know that Taylor knows the answer, so I'm not going to let her answer for you. What's that? Use the better percent? Is that what you said? Okay. No. So it's not that you guys know this, but it's not like the people where you take the better one. What we're going to do is we're going to take the 2 percentages that we got, we're going to add them together, and then divide by 2. We're going to take the average of the 2. The fries are done. Now, you also hear that it's still technically running. You want to let that come all the way down, stop spinning all the way, because if you were to open this right now, and something did break inside, you would be wearing it. We don't want that, okay? So, if you watched the procedure videos that I put up, what is the average hematocrit level for male and female patients? Tiffany's like, I got this. Who's going to get to it first? It's Tiffany and Ashley. Tiffany and Ashley. Tiffany and Ashley.
For what?
For male and...
42 to 52%.
No.
For adult males.
Okay. Is that from your book?
From the, yeah.
The video said different numbers. That's why. You did from the book? 40 to 52? Is that what you said? Okay.
42 to
42 to 52. What about females?
From the book, it says 36 to 48.
Okay, that one I'll take. Females is typically 35.5 to 44.9. Males is going to be 38.3 to 48.6. Sure can. Still can. I don't know why I can't talk all of a sudden. So for male patients, the average is going to be 38.3% to 48.6%.
43 to 48.
Is that what I said?
33.3.
38.3 to 48.6. And for females, it's going to be 35.5% to 44.9%. 35.5 to 44.9. Okay? So now, everything is stopped. We're going to take this lid off again. Dear God, please have worked. Woohoo! The last couple of quarters. Oh, one of them did do it. Okay, so the last couple of quarters, this has been an issue I've been having. For whatever reason, the clay stopper doesn't hold it, and it's shooting out the bottom. So that did happen, but we have at least 2 we can read. So, 2. I'm not kidding. Do you all want to come take a look? I'm not kidding. The reason I say only 2 of them, there are 4 that we could get an answer from, but only 2 of them are from the same section.
Holy mess.
Holy mess, yeah. I get to clean that up later. So, 4 and 16 survived.
Me and you.
Woo! Now, I'm going to take one that is not 4 and 16 because I want you guys to be able to read it. So I'm going to show you how you read it. So let's lower this back down. Okay. Taylor, did you also read it when you worked with them? So, no? Oh, so I get to teach you something new today. Why? That's called sleep deprivation. Okay. The first thing that we're going to do, this is the section where your tube is going to go. So what we want to do is the bottom of your red blood cells, which is also the top of your clay, is going to be at this 0 line. So what we do is we put your tubing in, and then you set it to 0. Okay? The second thing that we're going to do is look at this diagonal line. Diagonally. Powder fans? You know what I
That's
said.
what I said in my head. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. We're going to go to the top of our plasma. So you have to look at it from this angle to see where the top of that plasma is. Boop, right there. Okay? And now step 3, we're going to take this movable arm and we're going to put it where the where the packed red blood cells and the plasma meet. Okay? Right up here. And then we're going to look at where it hits. So for me, that looks like it hits at 35. Okay? Anybody want to take a look at it before I pull it away? Okay, you can get close to it.
Tiffany's like creeping up like it's
Like gonna come out by
it's
the
gonna be
I'm just going to pull this down so you guys can actually see it in the camera.
So this end over here is set to 0.
Not this end, but where the clay and the red blood cells
Okay.
meet.
Okay.
35, that's where we're reading it. Okay. Now, normal procedure, you would now set everything back to 0. Boop, 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 boop. You would grab your second one, which I'm going to use 19, and do the same thing. So put this bottom 0 line where the red blood cells and the clay meet. I'm going to do this diagonal line where the top of my plasma is. And then I'm going to make this diagonal movable arm where my red blood cells and my plasma meet. And that one is also 35. So to take the average of those, 35 plus 35 divided by 2 would give me 35. That's the same. Okay? So I would document my results as 35%. What I would like each of you to do is to do 4 and 16. So there are 2 readers. We'll let the team that actually has this go first. One of you do one of them, and then you guys can compare answers. And then the rest of you can do that. One of you will take one of them, compare your answer with your teammate, and come up with a result together. Did everybody write down those results?
Yes.
Okay. Feeling okay?
Yeah,
You just got to stand for a hot minute?
Yeah.
I was just making sure.
Yeah.
Saw you standing. So the last one that we're going to do is a hemoglobin. Well, what is a hemoglobin looking at? Do you guys know? Not yet. No, not blood sugar.
The white
Yep.
red blood.
Red blood cells. So we're looking at the amount of red blood cells in a drop of blood. Okay. Doing a hemoglobin, they typically do this before you donate blood or plasma. What they're looking for is any anemia. Okay. So this is where we can find out if you have anemia. Yes, I know we haven't done the ESR yet, but I have to wait until we have a vial of blood. That's why I haven't done it yet. So he's like, wait a minute. I don't think this is right, Corey. Yes, we have not done that yet because I'm waiting for just a vial of blood. Okay. So what you're going to use is this machine here. The unfortunate part to this is that I only have the one machine, and this is going to take a hot minute. Okay. You're also going to use one of these little HumaQs. Have you done these before? Nope. This is new to you. Okay. So the HumaQ looks like this guy here. This little guy here. It does have this sort of yellow part at the top. That's where your blood sample is going to go. Okay. And when you do this, it's again a finger stick. So you wipe the first drop away, get that big second drop. And then the big second drop, what you want to do is where this curve is, you want to put that on at a 90-degree angle so it sucks it up. We should fill that whole yellow spacing. Okay? And then what we'll do is we'll put it into the machine, and it fits in very nicely. You close it up, and it'll give you a result. It typically takes 30 seconds to a minute to give us a result, but it's going to be in grams per deciliter. So again, we're going to put that in there, close it up, and it will give us a result. Now, what is the average hemoglobin level for a male patient? You guys know?
according to the book,
Thank you.
is 1315 with a grams per deciliter.
Grams per deciliter. That is actually correct.
Okay.
That part is
Wait, can you say it?
13 to 17 grams per deciliter.
How do you write?
G/D capital L. I mean, hit or miss. It's going to be the same. What about females?
12 to 16.
12 to 16. Why are women, in both of these cases, the hemoglobin and the hematocrit, why are women less? Say it again. Because of our periods. We lose blood on a regular basis. So,
Not me anymore.
okay. Pre-menopause or pre-hysterectomies, we lose blood on a consistent basis. So our bodies as women have learned to live without as much as men.
They don't even know if I'm going to premenopause yet.
You were just like, I don't need that.
No, I don't know.
I
I'm
mean,
just saying
that's what I
went
said.
over a year, and I've been tested, and they said I'm not in premenopausal yet.
maybe you just like breezed right through it and you just didn't know.
I don't know.
You're cruising along, just going.
So, the last one that we're learning today is the ESR, which is the erythrocyte sedimentation rate. What that's doing is it's looking at the amount of red blood cells that your body loses in a specific time period. And for us, that time period is going to be 1 hour. Okay? So it looks at how much your blood drops in 1 hour, and it's using this tool here to do so. Okay? So this is going to go into a container, and we'll see how far it drops. Now, the top here is 0. The bottom here is 180. And the result is written as millimeters per hour. So MM//HR. Millimeters per hour. There is such a thing as writing the answer as 0. 0 is an okay answer. For females, it's 0 to 22 millimeters per hour is a normal result. Males, 0 to 28 is a normal result. Okay? So we have the reading measurement tool. We need a empty blank pipette. We need the SED tube. And what's important here is you want to make sure that any of the liquid that's kind of like stuck on the top, you get down to the bottom. And we're going to be filling, and I'm going to pass it around so you guys can look at it. Huh?
Oh, she was wondering if she should have got my blood.
No. We're
Okay.
just doing one.
Okay.
There is a thin line right here. That's what we're filling to. So if you guys want to pass it around and take a look at it. Honestly, I just call it a measuring ruler. So I'm going to take a second one while you guys are taking a look at that. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take off the black cap from my SED tube. I'm going to set that there. I'm also going to take off the lavender tube top. It has to be a lavender tube because of the fact that that is going to be a hematology study, and this is a hematology test. Everyone took a look? Okay. So I'm going to take that off as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill my pipette. Now, I probably won't need all of that, but I'd rather have it than not have it. And I'm going to fill up, like I said, to that line that you guys saw. Just a little bit more. Okay. Once I've got that filled, I'm going to put my black cap back on. And I'm going to do a gentle inversion. What does that mean? Yep, just do this in my hands. Why am I doing this? Yeah, I'm mixing my sample with the liquid that was on the inside. Okay? Now what I want to do is I'm going to take the reading ruler and I'm going to puncture it through the top of this black SED tube. I don't want to like slam it down because then what's going to happen is it's going to shoot the blood back up. We're not going to get accurate results. So I want to do this kind of slowly. So once I get it through that top, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower it and spin the reading ruler. You should start to see it come up the tubing here. We're going to go all the way until it hits 0, or that white pad. And now I'm going to just set it here and let it sit for 1 hour. So what's going to happen is I'm probably not going to be here when this goes off. So for that reason, when it's done, I'm going to send you all, including those of you watching the recording, an email with just the picture. What I want you individually to do is send me a response with what the result is. Don't reply all, because then everybody can see the result.
Giving everybody the answer.
Giving everybody the answer. So each of you send me an individual email and say, Corey, the result is blank. Okay? So again, you're looking at a blank one. 0 is at the top, 180 is at the bottom. We should see it drop a little bit, but also remember that 0 is an acceptable answer. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Let's finish up our
What
rooming.
was it labeled as again?
Millimeters per hour. So
Okay.
mm/HR.